Hi, David.
Hi, Janine.
Hi. So, what we want to talk about, what I want to ask you is if you had to name the most important skill in coaching, what would it be?
I have a very strong belief that the most important skill is self as instrument on the part of the aspiring coach.
Hmm.
In order to explain that, let me share what self as instrument is not.
Okay.
Self as instrument is not a methodology for coaching. It's not a set of questions for coaches to ask clients.
Mhm.
And it's also not a topic driven presentation or thought piece by a coach to share with it.
Hmm.
All of those different instruments are very important and highly relevant to the coaching work,
Mhm.
but that's not the most important skill. The most important skill is actually the opposite of how I see most people learn coaching.
Mhm.
Self as instrument really asks the question of the individual, how do I show up
Mhm.
and how do I present myself
Mhm.
for maximum effectiveness with the client?
Mhm.
And this is a very big question, but to me and to this program, it's absolutely foundational to the work.
Mhm.
For us, when we do this type of training with people who are aspiring coaches or want to bring coaching skills to the work, we're going to start with the individual and we're going to talk very specifically about that individual's development, how they're in charge of driving their own learning, growth, and expansion opportunities,
Mhm.
and also how they manage the ambiguities and the challenges associated with playing the role of coach and helping to develop other people.
Yeah, nice. That's important. It sounds like something as you're describing it that is simple but not easy, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, simple concept, not necessarily easy to execute. What about when somebody is working on as instrument in the program? What might that look like for them?
Absolutely. First off, it's a foundational principle.
Mm.
Everyone that we are talking to who's even considering the program is going to think about and have some opportunity to reflect on the concept
Mhm.
of self as an instrument. People really won't be in the program unless they made a conscious decision that this is something they want to explore.
Mhm.
Further, we do begin the program with a deep dive session.
Mhm.
And the focus of this work is to really go deep with the individual who is entering into this program before we look at coaching skills specifically or any form of technique or methodology with the work. We're really going to dive deep and look at the internal work that individuals need to do in order to be effective coaches. And then finally, it's really a basis for evaluation.
Mhm.
When we are looking at the role play work, the simulation, the way people are showing up in the program, we
Mhm.
really want to connect all of those observable experiences back to how the individual is managing their self as instrument development in the program.
Great. Yeah. And what about, in the actual, so there's a deep dive, and then in the actual program, what are some of the more routine ways that you bring self as coach into or self as instrument into the mix?
Absolutely. First off, we have regular check-ins. So a big part of the program is really being connected to the overall experience in a very conscious and explicit way.
Mhm.
During the one-on-one meetings that we have with participants during the large group experiences, and really all throughout every other aspect of the program, we do talk to people about how are they experiencing what they're going through, how is it influencing the way they see themselves, the way they see the world, and how are they being very conscious and as they move through the experience.
Great.
The second is we do have a personal development plan, and this is it's a self-directed process that we take people through, but it really does demand that they think about the skills and capabilities they really want to develop as they go through this process, and they're able to track that throughout the experience of the work. And then finally, toward the latter part of the program, we bring in the practice point of view concept, which suggests that coaches need to have a position about the work that they do and a desire for an impact overall in the world with their coaching efforts
Nice.
or the skills that they're going to bring to their leadership. So we really do expect people to be thoughtful and deliberate in deciding how to bring themselves into the world of coaching. And when in that world of coaching, how to have the maximum impact that they want with this work.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you so much for giving the overview of self as instrument.